Hey everyone, how's it going? So today I just want to talk about, I guess, the CPI. The CPI, if you're not familiar with, is Consumer Price Index. It's used to try to measure inflation and stuff like that. Okay, and it's a basket of goods, and it's ever changing, but it's never changing too much. And there's stuff that's excluded that I personally think should be in it, and then there's stuff that's in it that accounts for different regions. Anyways, point being is inflation's going up. And you can look at it in a breakdown. So this graph here is what I click on the 10-year mark. So it's showing 10 years. This is 2022. Like 2020 was pandemic, everything was terrible. All the economies got like halted and slowed down, and then inflation rose. And also lots of money was being printed as well. Now we can see a trend coming down. And the red line, if you can read that, if you can't, it just means that food and energy are excluded in the red line, and the blue line includes food and energy. So I think the blue line is a little more on par with reality because food and energy is like gas or oil, like commodities like corn and soybeans and stuff. So, anyways, we can see an improvement. It's as we start coming across here. Sorry, this gap here is because of the government shutdown. There was like I don't remember how long it was. I thought it was like maybe 2-3 months of a shutdown here. That's why there's a gap there. We'll go to 1 year. And then we move into more current times. You see this blue line spike. Now remember, that accounts for food and energy. So, and I mean, energy is an input for a lot of things, a lot of things. And this red line does not count food or energy, and it's still trending up. My thoughts on that is because of obviously the war in Iran. The government is spending money. It's downplaying how much money it's costing it to to spend on this war. And there's some figures that are saying it's $1 to $2 billion a day. There's some people saying, like White House officials saying there's 25 billion so far, and some people are saying that this war is going to cost in the hundreds of billions to potential trillions, depending on how long it lasts. One thing I'll note is that it seems that as countries become larger, they have more expensive militaries to maintain. However, America has a military industrial complex that it has constantly had to feed. That constant feeding is bigger and bigger and bigger. Uh, Donald Trump proposed a $1.5 trillion budget for the Department of War, is what we call it over here in America now. And then I wanted to show you this bar graph because it just shows the major commodities here. So it isolates it. It's like, hey, food is at 2.7, energy is at 12.5, and then this is all items not including food and energy. So it's trying to average it all out. It's just interesting to look at. You can go to these sites yourself while the government is not shut down, and you can click through different categories to look for yourself to see, just to look at different data to see what you want to look at. You can combine things. You can just look just at energy. See, energy back in 2022 is at 41%. What matters is like combining all these things that, as averages go, it's gonna smooth it out, I could say. So, anyways, yeah, it's important to note, man, it sucks. Everything in America is just getting more expensive. Everything. It's the coolest. I love it. Everything's just getting more expensive. All the elites and all the bankers and all the people up in the high rises on Wall Street, they're just like, this is great. All my stocks are increasing. Oil is going insane. I'm making tons of money. Meanwhile, your everyday American is just like getting screwed over because gas used to be, it wasn't great before the war. Like $2.35. That's not amazing. It'd be nice if it was lower. But now it's freaking $4. And for what? Like why? Because of nuclear weapons, supposedly. But those got wiped out last summer. Don't you remember? They're like, we completely destroyed their nuclear capacity. It's just a game to them. They don't care about everyday Americans. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They care about making money, and they care about power and authority and having the legal authority to do whatever they want, legal or illegal, as we can see. I mean, me personally, this comes from these transnationalists. Transnationalists, to be clear, if you're not familiar with the term, it's just, I don't know. I didn't make that term up, but I read it in a book and then I thought about it and I was like, that's what all of our politicians are. They can just leave. Transnationalists, they can just move to a different nation. They have the money, they have the resources. People like you and I don't. They burn America to the ground, they mess up our economy, they ruin our lives. And then they're like, oh man, I guess I'll go live in Germany or I'll go live in, Thailand or something. Like, they're transnationalists. They don't have to live with the consequences. We do. And we keep voting them in the office. And even when they're not transnationalists, we vote them in office. And then our government is so corrupt and they make so much money being corrupt that they then can afford to just leave. Well, I'll buy my way into wherever I got to be. Yeah, so that's about it. Situation's pretty jacked. It's pretty messed up. So, all right, I'll see ya.